money can go up and down. Time goes only one way. Okay, time doesn't go in reverse. So, and at the end of the day, think about it, right? We are talking right now, we are spending time. It should always be like, this is the best thing that I could have done for my time.
Correct.
Now, I may get, and one of our mutual friends, Faridun, has this concept saying there is financial income and there is psychic income. Okay. If you don't, and psychic income comes through the colleagues you work with. If you're always stressed, it's never going to be, because remember, your salary comes once a month. What you do for the 29 other days is what matters for your happiness.
But it's not easy to think like this, by the way. It's a training. It's a muscle you build to think, and you need a certain amount of luxury in terms of maturity, stability, and self-confidence to be. Would you think a 25-year-old? Let me switch the question. Would a 25-year-old?
No, I don't think a 25-year-old could or should, because 25-year-old could either sort of go all in, double down, because they have time on their side. Okay, they have time on their side. Remember, think about it. They may not have the money, but they have time. So even if they fail, they can always restart again. Okay, a 45-year-old with a mortgage debt, with ex-kids, having to pay, the risk appetites are very different.
Correct.
So I think you just need to balance your life situation. Now, a 45-year-old who's got his basics covered, who's got what I call as safety assets. Safety assets are done now. So tum jo bhi karna hai karo na. It's your time. Who can stop you? I think the best thing that can happen to you is you have the freedom to select your time. What do you do with your time? If somebody controls your time, then it's not worth it.
That's amazing. I met our common friend Aniket Nikum recently. Aniket Nikum was a very interesting human being early on in his career, kind of, right? Because super high on intellect, but did not go to college and just cleared CA, CFA, was just brilliant at cracking exams, but socially had not had the hostel experience, college experience, and so on. But it's amazing to see how he has evolved and become like this really smart guy. But he told me that there will be very few times in life where time, energy, and money will all be at global maxima.
But I actually think it never happens. So I have exactly on that, on time, money, and health. So instead of energy, I say this. So when you are very young, you have health and time, but no money.
Correct.
Okay. Very old, you have money and time, but your health is tottering.
Correct.
And the interim, time is not available for you, because money is there, health is there, but time for what you want. So I think if you can get that triangle right, that time, money, and health, and Aniket called it energy, it could be whatever, but you get that triangle right, you will live the life that you want to.
It's amazing actually for me, because I remember being with you for weird reasons, or call it serendipity, at interesting moments in your life. I was there with you when Vivek called you up and told you that your senior partnership had come through. And I was there with you only for that 1 or 1.5 hours in the evening where we had come to have poha with you and Deepti. And you had got the call in that 1.5 hours itself. For me, making senior partner at McKinsey was a life-changing thing. I would have expected for you to have been over the moon and all of that. But your response to that was that this was anyways going to happen. And it is one step more towards me doing what I want to do, which is after 40, I will, kind of do my own thing and retire. That clarity is quite incredible. How does that happen? Like, do you start thinking about this consciously at some point in time?
So, obviously, maybe I was a good actor to have fiend that whole nonchalance and calm and centeredness. I don't think it's that way. But I also think, when you are wanting something, okay, the chase is always gives us all humans a more high than when it actually happens. Because when it actually happens, you are like, now what? Because and it also happens, when you're climbing for a mountain, because I do a lot of mountain peaks and all. The training, the preparation, that's the phenomenal thing. Because on the peak, you are there only for 5 minutes. You'll freeze. So you have to come down. You do your photo op, smiley, selfie. Sometimes you need proofs that you have actually submitted. So there are certain ways you do that. But then you are down. And then it's back to the normal thing that you have to do. So I actually think that the journey, the training, the preparation, the wanting for it is where you have actually lived it. Whether you get it or not, that's not in your hands. It's not in your hands.
That's what people say about love also, right? The idea of love far supersedes love itself.
Yeah.
which is why the chase is more important.